In a time long ago, there lived in the kingdom of Gallowmere a sorcerer named Zerok. This arrogant, pitiless man hated his fellow citizens for their simple and peaceful ways. So he raised an army of demons and set out to take the realm for his own. The king's champion, Sir Daniel Fortescue, led the militia in the battle against this unholy horde. Songs are still sung of how he spearheaded the charge deep into the accursed multitude, how demons fell before him like wheat before the scythe, and how at last, though mortally wounded, he destroyed the sorcerer utterly. Fortescue went down in history that day as the hero of Gallowmere, and a time of peace began, which was to last for 100 years. And then the sorcerer returned.
Good all times to our immortals out there, and welcome back to Infinity Complex Palace of the Immortals. I know I'm a little long on that, but I had to show you guys that cutscene without saying anything. I am your Immortal King, Chris, and welcome back to more MediEvil. Last time we left off, we had... Oh, I don't want to start a new game. No, no, no. Mistakes were made. I meant to hit load game. Quit to map. Quit to main menu. Mistakes were made. Alright, last time we finished, we had beaten the stained glass demon at the Hilltop Mausoleum. We are now returning to the graveyard. Because now we have the key we need to get through the Skull Gate. So we can get to the rest of Gallowmere and rescue it from this evil curse. Boop-a-doop, Serpent Gallowmere.
Who's a clever skeleton then? Remember,
I'm a clever
there are
skeleton
many
then.
more secret areas like this throughout the land of Gallowmere, some offering more than just treasure.
Are you watching this video too? Okay, well the lady goes, who's a clever skeleton then? Because I read a book. Gotcha. And I went, I'm a clever skeleton then. Anybody else want to fight me? Killed those guys before they even got out the coffins. Can't you go straight out of coffin? Good one, Gamgee. Yeah, but I can't say that. I gotta say something else. But he's a bony. Of course, sad thing is that, well, unfortunately, Fortescue didn't actually come out of a coffin. No, he was in a mausoleum sitting on a table. Yeah, he was just on display like in a museum. Yeah, a false hero. Literally the first one to die in his own charge. Not very smart of him as a commander. I don't know. I'm honestly surprised the arrow that hit him in the eye took him out, because there was no brain in there to hit to begin with. Nah, I like Fortescue. I feel bad for him. I feel bad for him because he's not really a hero. He's just a victim of unfortunate circumstance.
The living world.
Yeah, it's the same book, okay. Alright, now we got real problems, guys. Werewolves. But, if I'm smart and keep my distance... Which is a big thing with me, being smart and keeping my distance. Haha. Gamgee goes, oh, I'd say keeping your distance is your thing. Not the being smart part. Thinks he's hysterical. See that hand that I just crushed? That was Gamgee's hand. Brutally smashed with a hammer. You can put your head on hands and control the hands. It's just a hand walking around with Dan's head on it.
Want to be faster on your feet? Want to be able to bash down walls by charging into them? All you have to do is defeat the evil guardians of the graveyard and gain this new ability. You will never know why you left the grave without it.
I actually have the second one installed, and I played it a little bit, but I've never played it until recently. And I stopped playing it because it did not feel as good as this one. No, it wasn't that. It didn't... First off, you're like many, many, many years later, right? And you wake up inside of a museum. And the map isn't, it's not really, the overworld isn't a map. It's just like a menu of pictures. So overall, it's just, it feels, that's just some of it. The other thing is that the combat is ridiculous. No, the enemies do way more damage to you. It's the balance for the enemies is insane. It's much more difficult than the original game. Just getting through the first stage was hard. Energy vial, vial, vial. Alright. Time to fight the Guardians. It really is the hardest boss in the whole game. Gamgee says the hardest boss in the whole game, but I agree, they really are the hardest ones in the whole game. But I've come up with a strategy that works really well. charge my hammer, hold the charge. When they pass me, I slam the charge down. They're gonna hit me a lot, but I should have the advantage. Now that it's down to 1. Boom! Easy like Sunday morning.
All has changed outside the necropolis. Pearls go this way, pearls go that way. Nasty, painful death waits round every turn and over every hill. Bon voyage.
Bon voyage, says the gargoyle. Have I ever had chocolate pudding with what? Like a chocolate pudding pie? I don't think I have. Alright, I still can't go upstairs, so talk to Hammerman again. What's up, MC Hammer? Rib cage is a toast rack.
I have a little extra something here I can give you. Could help the old quest. You want it?
Yeah, I always want whatever it is. It's just some money. But I have to get everything, or I can't get everything. I'm only allowed to pick from one person at the beginning for most of the time, but later on I'll get the option between places. Or between heroes. Alright, Gamgee. The Enchanted Earth or the Scarecrow Fields. Now, if I'm not mistaken, it actually makes way more sense to go to the town first, doesn't it? That's the forest where you have to take the elevator up to fight the shadow demons. But you can't do that without the key from the town. So Scarecrow Fields it is first. Scarecrow Fields is awesome. I love haunted scarecrows. But this area is also really dangerous. The skeletons are hard to kill.
Unstoppable, so don't be a hero. If you can't beat them, try trapping them while you make your escape. Using your new Daring Dash ability should help you get ahead of them quickly.
Scarecrows are constantly launching crows at me, which is irritating enough. They're not impossible to kill. They're just difficult to kill. The smashy hammer works really well, though. It's not the greatest, but it'll do the trick. Now, are the farmers evil? I believe I can kill the farmers. Yeah. I can kill the farmers. Easiest way to kill them is to actually set the hay bales on fire. How many of them come out of these things? Can I just farm the chalice on one hay bale? No. No, I cannot.
Beware of mischief makers and metal machines. Who knows what dark sorcery brings their metal limbs to life? It would be good to see the back of such menaces.
Good to see the back. Of the metal mechanical menaces. Alright, we are going to switch out my secondary weapon for the club. Get a fire going here. And, whoop. There we go. Oh. That just blew up the whole hay bale. I didn't know that was gonna happen. I don't think I got all the chalice value for it either. Oops, I set myself on fire. Alright. 2 hay bales down. No way, can I get this guy right now? No, he's invincible right now. Of course he is. Well, in this game, we don't miss anything. Not on this channel. And then we miss a lot of things. Hey, you can't say that me killing everyone in a Dark Souls game caused me to miss things. It caused me to get things that you would otherwise miss. So, huh? What do you think of that? How much you guys want to bet I can get some fire in here? Ooh, wait. What if I do that? Think that'll work? First off, get rid of that bat, because he's annoying. I think they look funny. They don't fit. Yeah, you're right. You're right that they don't feel like they really fit. But what can I say? I mean, they've got a combine, so... What the heck is that? No, I found a watermelon with a red paper hat under the hay bale. So what the heck is that? Alright. Didn't mean to do that. Primary, secondary. Are you stuck back there? Nice. Get ready to die, Scarecrow. Oh crap. Aha! I tried to switch weapons and accidentally opened the chest that the scarecrow was trapped behind. So I had to quickly kill him before he got to me. Alright. Can I kill you with a crossbow? Okay, let's try throwing knives. Haha! They don't go in a straight line in their arc. Let's me throw them over the fence at you guys. And tear up your scarecrows while I'm at it. I guess if this works for killing scarecrows, I'll do it. Seriously, Gamgee, are you seeing this? Cheese knife.
These fields are home to many mad machines.
Yet the most bizarre of them is housed within this barn. Wow, I was with her on that one. This is pretty good of me. Pretty good of me. Is this the... I got blasted by the chest into the hayfield and died. I am. He'll also tear up some scarecrows, but I already killed them. I've almost got everything I need. Alright, can I... Because I don't know how long it burns, or if burning is like, just until I run out of damage. Boom! Got some money under the hay. Money under the hay bale. I know I've got to get more stuff before I can actually do anything in here. I don't know why I came in. That was stupid of me. Burn, farmer, burn. Your life's an inferno. Found an energy vial under that hay bale. Did that farmer end up dying or no? Looks like it. Oh, crap. Bad scarecrow, bad scarecrow. No, why did I go into the grass? Or hay, or whatever it is. Why did I think that was a good idea? Yeah, I was killed by a wheat demon. Okay, now did that get him far enough away? He's dead. Alright. I should be able to get the chalice set up with the next enemy I take care of. And that should be coming up here pretty shortly. Ouch. 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 Scarecrow is tearing me up. Alright, I can now collect the chalice. All I need to do is collect the cog. It is in the machine. No! This is not good! Ah! Get out of there. Go, 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 go. Okay. I am on my last life bar. This stage has always been difficult for me. Almost. Almost. Okay. Now. Ouch. Ouch. There's the harvester part. Now all I need to do is go back and not die along the way. Which is 100% easier said than done. Hey Gamgee, you ever wonder what that little sprite following you is? The one that does all your targeting and stuff? Like, where did that come from? Gamgee says he thinks that there wasn't in the original. One, two, three. Alright. This should do the trick.
The corn-cutting machine is missing a part.
I have it.
Fell off this miracle of modern agriculture, and it hasn't worked since.
I have questions though, like, how did that cog even end up where it wound up? Like, if the part fell off and it hasn't worked since, how did they get it into the barn? Seems kind of like they're trying to have their cake and eat it too. There's the creepy harvester doing its spider business. And that leaves behind a nice path for me to follow. Before it falls into the river and, well, becomes stupid. I want to know how it fell into the river upside down. That defies logic. Like, the way it's upside down, yeah, but the way it was going, if it had fallen upside down like that,
Death waits
it would have wound up
for you.
positioned
Pick
differently.
your route carefully and do not leave. Kolkatura, the serpent.
Kolkatura, the
wants to
Serpent
fight
Lord.
alongside you, but has been captured by Zarok and sealed within a chest. Free this mighty spirit and earn a powerful ally.
A powerful ally who sticks around for like 10 seconds and then is like, peace. One, two, three. Wow. Just get smacked the heck up. Bow! Yeah, see, I knew Gamgee was gonna sing that as soon as I said that. I did. I had all earthly clues. Don't deny what I know.
Pumpkin Gorge, dead ahead. The nursery to Galomia's favorite side dish. Step inside and understand the true horror of fruit gone bad.
I'm entering, I think, your favorite place, Gamgee. Or at least what I think would be your favorite place. No, no, no. Pumpkin Gorge. Fortescue, you jawless arrow magnet! What are you doing back here? Go ahead, tell me I didn't nail that voice. Call me Mr. Woden the Mighty! Go ahead, tell me I'm getting it wrong. Listen to it.
I suppose it's not fair to take it out on them. Take my sword and do try not
Can
to
you not hear any of the audio at all?
You know, I've always had my doubts about you, Fortescue. You're just not carved from hero material.
Alright, I don't want to use the enchanted sword as the enchanted sword. I just want to use it. But I guess I'll use it till it's no longer enchanted. Paying for the enchantment just isn't worth it. Now we're entering Pumpkin Gorge, you bony sack of bones. Wait, I can go to Pumpkin Gorge or I can go somewhere else. Now, Pumpkin Gorge takes me where exactly? I know that. The Sleeping Village. I need to go to the Sleeping Village first. I can't go to Pumpkin Gorge yet. Now, this place sucks so much. I hate the Sleeping Village. I mean, I love it. It's so much fun. La 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 la. But what sucks about the Sleeping Villages is you can't hurt the villagers. If you hurt the villagers, you lose your chalice.
Mustn't hurt them. Hurt guards, though. They seek out an object of great power.
You have to run around and avoid them the whole time. The creepiest are the little girls, man. Because they're like... And they giggle when they see you, and they're swinging axes around. And it's just terrifying.
A crucifix once stood here, but the mayor took it. Find a replacement and see how the church should really look.
You got it, Toots. Dude, every time I go outside and hear one of them humming, and I've got the surround sound on my headset, which actually makes it way worse because I can hear which direction they're coming. Oh God! Oh God, they're chopping me to bits! And everything, yeah. Merciless.
Blacksmith's Monthly. Old man Willie Green of Gallowstown was awarded Smithy of the Season by our readers. His outstanding casts have produced many intricate and hard-wearing iron goods and sculptures. Willie only uses the finest of metals in his work, and is particularly noted for his magnificent busts. Old man Willie was quoted as saying,
She said his magnificent busts, and then giggled.
It's all in the rhythm, up and down, up and down. I've always been inspired by the stories of Stanya Ironhewer.
Yeah.
The greatest smithy there ever was.
Alright. So we've gone to the blacksmith. God! It is so eerie, man. Dude, I walk outside and immediately hear... And you can't...
History of Gallowmere, Volume 1. During the dark time that was Gallomere's not too distant past,
Sobbing, distant sobbing.
Xerok the Necromancer and his plan to enslave the land. Xerok, once the king's mage, had fallen out of favor with the ruler for conducting
Like from a
outlandish
specific game?
experiments on the
Hang
bodies
on.
of the dead. It was said that deep within Peregrine Castle, the dead were restless. The dead are to be honored, not kept as the playthings of alchemists, declared King Peregrine as he banished Xerok from the castle. All of Xerok's living dead were routed out and destroyed. Xerok, being an unforgiving soul,
Hang on a second, I'm
went
letting
into
the book
hiding
finish.
and vowed to wreak his revenge on the king.
I'm in the library. I'll read the next one in a second. Gamgee asked me what are some creepy sounds in video. Oh, God! Nope! Oh my God, okay. I'm gonna pause it. Creepy sounds in video games as specific examples. I can't think of any. I just blanked. Dude, Axie, leave me alone.
History of Gallowmere.
Nope, that's the wrong one.
History of Gallowmere, Volume 2. Rumors of ill-doing and dark deeds abounded through the land of Gallowmere. It was whispered that Xerok had employed the aid
I'm gonna
of
kill
shadowy
myself for the
demons
lore for
to
you
help
guys.
build a vast castle. Under the cover of night, Xerok's dark army spilled forth from their corrupt haven. The army marched south across the Silver Mountains and through the Silver Woods. Soon afterwards, even the pumpkin
Like,
lands
go
belonged
trying to stay in this library is gonna get me
the
killed
poker
if I'm trying to get
games
the lore.
come
I'm gonna
right
end up
out
killing
for
myself for
hell.
this stuff.
Save us, good King Peregrine. Retaliation was swift and violent. King Peregrine's forces, led by the brave Sir Fortescue, drove Zeroc's army back from Gallows Town. Oh, there was much rejoicing, but the war was not yet over. History of Gallowmere, Volume 3. News that Zeroc's army had now taken the Floodlands caused much concern. From this vantage point, Zarok could march west to take the Enchanted Forest. This sacred place would prove a bitter defeat if it fell into the hands of the evil sorcerer. It was Sir Dan Fortescue who once again led the king's militia to rid the demon host from the land. Yet the evil wizard was cunning and had prepared an ambush. Titanic battle ensued, of which history has never seen the like. It is said that the day would have gone to Zerok, but for the skill and valor of one.
There are a lot of books in here.
Fortescue led the charge deep into the massed ranks of the undead, felling Zerok's bodyguard, the fearful Lord Cardok.
The dude wails on me non-stop if I'm not reading a book, but I stop and read a book, and he's like, "Oh, sorry."
Slew the traitorous sorcerer with a mighty sweep of his sword. History of Gallowmere, Volume 4. The forces of evil were destroyed, but at a terrible price.
Yes.
None but
I'm trying to get all the
handful of
books in the
king's
game.
militia returned from that field. Gallowmere lost a whole generation of young men that day, including Canny Tim, the
I'm trying
legendary
to.
crossbowman and Fortescue's second in command, who fell in the first volley of arrows. Zeroc's body was never found, though if it lies unmourned in an unmarked grave, then no one in Gallowmere would shed a tear. The shadow demons that had fallen under Zeroc's banner were unnatural creatures that did not belong in the world of mortal men. The king declared that they be banished, entombed under the pure earth of the enchanted earth. Imprisoned.
This is
within
taking
an
forever.
impenetrable box of the king's design.
But we'll get through it.
Demons were buried deep underground. Their tomb was sealed with a magical device that has since come to be known as the Shadow Artifact. Heroes from History, a retrospective. Chapter 1. In addition to being the strongest man who ever lived, Stanier Ironhewer was unsurpassed in his skill as a blacksmith. He was equally happy pounding on his anvil at home as he was pounding on someone's head in battle. It was said that his only fear was the end of the village smithy as the focus of manufacture in favor of more centralized units.
You hate this game. And then it didn't even read chapter 2. There we go.
A humble peasant to one of the nomadic
Go
tribes
ahead.
from the Eastlands, Bloodmanoth Skullcleaver gathered an army of horsemen and swept over half the civilized world. When he finally died, attempting a single-handed attack on a garrison in the north while armed only with a spike on his helmet, he was the richest and most powerful peasant of his day. Chapter 3. Carl Sterngard spent most of his formative years under siege at his family castle. With his impregnable magic shield, Sterngard's motto was, "The best form of attack is defense." Sadly, his shield couldn't protect him against poor eating habits, and he died during a post-battle feast while swallowing a large sausage he had failed to chew.
I'm learning about all the heroes and how they died. Well, some of them.
Chapter 4. Truly the hero's hero. Woden the Mighty was fearless, single-minded, and uncompromising. Unbeaten in combat, he inspired raw fear in friends and enemies alike, not to mention in close family members and pets. Chapter 5. Trained from birth in all forms of combat, Imanzi Shongama was the warrior queen of a tribe of Amazons. The bold and the beautiful Shongama banished all males from her territory, except the handful she kept on to mow the lawns of her people. Chapter 6. A full-time mother and homemaker, Megwin Stormbinder had to defend her settlement from barbarian raiders while the menfolk were away on a hunting trip. She fought off repeated attacks, armed only with a pitchfork and a rolling pin, and with one arm holding her baby. Legend has it that the gods, impressed by her indomitable courage, intervened and added thunderbolts to her arsenal. She won the battle with a couple of bolts to spare on her husband when he finally returned.
I am still listening to Heroes, Gamgee. We're on Chapter 7.
Chapter 7. Dirk Steadfast was a fearsome opponent thanks
We're
to
almost
his
to the
magic
bottom.
sword and a firmly held belief that only women defend themselves. Real men are always on the attack. He was a friend and contemporary of Carl Sterngard, and was with him even to the end. It was whilst Steadfast was explaining his views on Sterngard's shield during a feast that the latter had his tragic and inexplicable accident.
We're on Chapter 8 of 9.
Chapter 8. Descended from the finest centaur Bloodstock, Ravenhooves the Archer was the last prince of his people. A proud and haughty aristocrat, he was an accomplished hunter, sportsman, duelist, playboy, raconteur, and 3 times Derby winner.
And then me. I'm the last chapter.
Chapter 9. Captain of the militia in the time of King Peregrine.
It's the longest
Daniel
one.
Fortescue found fame when he killed the renegade wizard Zerok. A career soldier raised in the royal household, he was adored by the men under his command, and renowned for his loyalty to Gallowmere. It was said that Fortescue was always destined for greatness. With his square jaw, steely gaze, and thick shock of hair as black as raven's wings, he looked every inch the hero.
Square jaw, steely gaze, and thick shock of hair as black as raven's wings.
Tourist's Guide to Gallowmere, Part 1. The land of Gallowmere is a wondrous land of breathtaking sights and adventure.
He is
If
ugly.
it's beauty you are looking for, be sure to check out the sights of the enchanted
Are you
Orient.
seeing this?
Scale the heights and see the nests of giant dragon birds.
I'm reading a
Seek
book and
out
he's just
weird
staring at me with his ugly
wonderful
mug.
plant life. Go ooh and ah at the sight of baby dragon toads
No,
splashing
this-
about in the crystal clear
This village
pond.
you're in.
Why not take a walk through the Pumpkin Valley? Pumpkin is Gallomere's favorite dish, and about now the valley is just bulging under the weight
I'm
of
almost
young
out of time on this
godlings
episode,
awaiting
if not
harvest.
past it. I got 6 minutes left on it.
Tourist Guide to Gallowmere, Part 2. If it's mystery you're looking for, then the seasoned adventurer should travel to the ruins of King Peregrine's castle.
You're right.
Yes, this is the fortress from which the fabled King Peregrine once hailed.
No
It
bones
is
about
said
it.
that the king's crown was lost in the dungeons below the castle, and that the ghost of the regent himself now haunts these cold stone passageways. Spooky. Why not
Gamgee
take
said this
the
episode
steps
is lame
and
because
seek
it's an
out the
impromptu
mythical
history
town
lesson.
of Mellowmead. This place was once said to be a place of fantastical arcane alchemy, but an age has passed since it was consumed by the murky swamps. Perhaps great treasure awaits any adventurer that can locate its watery resting place. To whom it may concern, I must make haste, for Zerok's men will be here within the hour. I have taken the crucifix from the church. It is the key to a key. I used the cross to make the attached cast. Then I had it destroyed. It is my hope that this cast falls into the hands of a just and good hero. Signed, the town mayor.
Okay, so I got the cast, and I read all the books. Oh my god, I walked outside and immediately heard one of them chuckling.
Held aloft by the flow of water
No, it
from a
isn't.
fountain. You may have to wait for the next drought.
Oh god. Oh god. Stay away from me! Stay away from me, you nightmare heathen! Could have sworn there were a few more places I could get into. Oh! Okay, that's the moon rune. There's nothing else in this building, so let's just get out. No! Stop hitting me, old lady. I don't remember which houses I can get into and which ones I can't. Okay, I'm in the grocer's. Which I needed the moon rune to get into. Alright, now I'm in the grocer's basement. What the heck is the Book of Gallowmere? Oh, I get to, I see, it gives me all sorts of lore and stuff. Yep, saw that coming.
Bust of Mr. Shanks, landlord of the Troll's Head. To clean the statue, lower the pedestal.
Get out of my way! Get out of the stairwell! These guys are determined to get me killed. Ooh! 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 Oh my god! Rat massacre! It's like striking a rat with lightning. You know what happens to a rat that gets struck by lightning? Same thing as everything else. Stupid. That line was so bad. Howdy, comrades. Tear this place apart.
Lord Zarek will have us mocking out the demons for the next millennium.
I hope you guard guys are proud of yourself. I am, because now I don't have to worry about the villagers on the streets anymore. Nope. No! Criminy! Whoa! I'm so glad he didn't die. Alright, I got the crucifix. Which got me the, I think, vault key or whatever it is.
Sir or madam, on my travels across Gallowmere, I have come across many
I don't know.
mysterious and enchanting finds. However, that which filled me with
Hello,
deepest
viewers.
was discovery of the tomb of the shadow demons. The key to their dank prison, the mysterious shadow artifact, is now in my possession. Yours fearfully, the town mayor.
So I've actually managed to put something together now that I'm paying attention to the lore like this. Something that I've never put together before. You haven't been dead a short amount of time. You've been dead a very long time. From what I can put together from the descriptions of stuff, right? It looks like a journal. One of the journal entries I just read indicates that one of the journal entries states that after the war with Zarok, the shadow demons were sealed beneath the enchanted earth. Now, that's all fine and dandy. But then another journal entry says that during this dude's adventures, he discovered the Shadow Vault, and it terrified him. As though the Shadow Vault were a long-lost thing. You with me? So, given that being, with that given and being the case, then it appears as though the kingdom that Fortescue fought for probably hasn't actually existed for well over 100 years. Safe key, not vault key. Shadow artifact. Pull the lever. That lets me get to the last of these guys. Smash the wall. Not quite there to the chalice. 'Tis a biggie of no size. Therefore, 'tis a little. Or a small, whichever word you wish to use. Maybe pequeño. Or petit. Those dudes just walked into a blender. That's what I just did to him, Gamgee. I blended him.
Capture that greedy profiteer, the town mayor. Take him to the asylum dungeons. Give the fat boy a good going over. Locate the shadow artifact. Bring me back something nice.
One of the books is a set of instructions from Xerox to the guards. The last instruction is bring me back something nice.
Gaining allies in the Hall of the Heroes is the way forward. Hack, choppity chop, off with a few zombies' heads, and it thinks it can redeem itself in battle. You still have a long way to go to rank as the best.
Man, you suck, Gargoyle. How many demons and zombies are you killing? Huh? Huh? That's what I thought. Shut up, you stonehead. Dummy.
By God, Fortescue, you must be the luckiest corpse ever to walk the face of the earth. I have something here I can lend to you. Take it or leave it. But remember, I'm only doing this for the sake of Gallowmere's doomed population, and not for you, you gangly buffoon!
I'm a gangly buffoon. That's what he just called me. Alright, guys. Well, like, share, subscribe, comment. Check us out on Discord and Patreon. Shout out to Diley Bear, Husky Gaming, and Greg from Vigigamer. Whatever you choose to do, stay immortal. Don't go dying on us. We love all of you. And we'll see you guys next time in the Enchanted Earth.